Television Dude here, and we're going to do my N64 and Super Nintendo collection. Since I don't have many Super Nintendo games, I think we can do both in one video and have enough time left over. So that's what we'll do. Because I'm in the mood to do some collection videos today. I might do 3 videos with 5 collections, because I think I can do that in one video too. My GameCube and PS2 collection in one video. So let's get started here. Paper Mario. Probably my favorite game on the N64, and now one of my favorite games of all time. Great RPG, and I'm not that big of an RPG fan, or not yet anyway. We're working on that. Mario Tennis. Mario Golf. Super Mario 64. And my pride and joys, my Mario Parties. Mario Party 1. Mario Party 2. And Mario Party 3. Mario Party 2 is definitely my favorite of all time. But Mario Party 3 has a cool little feature where it's almost like a it almost reminds me of an RPG board, because you have hit points, and you have to try to get the best characters, and I really find that fun too. Let's see what's next. Yoshis Story, game I have not really played yet, but I hear it's kind of fun. The infamous Superman 64. And why did I buy the worst game of all time? Because it's the worst game of all time. Well, it may not be the worst of all time, because that's debatable, but we'll just say that it is. Because I wanted to see how challenging it actually is. You know, other people say how awful it is, but I wanted to see it for myself. I wanted to see how well or bad I could do at it, and challenge myself. So that's kind of fun to me. South Park. Didn't get great reviews either, but hey, it's South Park. And my wrestling games. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I own quite a few of the wrestling games. No Mercy, considered to be the best wrestling game of all time by some fans still today. WrestleMania 2000. Revenge. If I'm doing the Battle Royal with a bunch of friends, sometimes Revenge is still the best one. WCW vs. NWO World Tour. Mayhem, not a good one, and that's why I've had it for sale for a while now. A couple sports games, Madden 2001 and In the Zone 98. My Pokemon games, Pokemon Snap, I find quite fun. I like it. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. One of the reasons why I would like to get the Pokemon games for the Game Boys and the transfer pack, because I think you can transfer Pokemon. Nothing that I'm in a hurry to do, but it sounds like it could be some fun. The game I just got recently, Body Harvest. Extreme G, not a bad racing game. Beetle Adventure Racing. Now that's a fun game. I used to own it once before, and I sold it. This is a funny story, because at the time, the game was worth more than it is now, believe it or not. There was some rarity with a few N64 titles, and this was one of them. It was going for $18–20 on eBay, and I think I sold it for around $18–20. Now it's a $5 to $10 game at best. Cruising USA. And finally, Perfect Dark. Hope to have GoldenEye sometime soon. Not in a big hurry to have it, but I just want it. Just to say that I have it, you know. But it's not that big of a deal, because I don't know if I'll even play it if I get it. Let's do the Super Nintendo games now. Because I'm a goofball, and you know I'm a goofball, I'm going to show you the two games that are not mine, but are my roommate's Atari dudes, but I borrowed them. Alien vs. Predator and Tetris Attack. Tetris Attack is a game that I wouldn't mind owning. Alien vs. Predator isn't too bad either. I'm thinking, well actually I don't think I've even tried it yet. I think I'm thinking of the Alien game on the Genesis. So I don't even know how good this one is. I'll have to try it out later. I borrowed them and I didn't really play them yet. Saturday Night Slam Masters, great wrestling game in the Street Fighter kind of style. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. I bought this because I love the two Paper Mario games, and I figured this would be the next step. This actually should have been the first step, because some people think you should play this one first. And some people still consider this better than the Paper Marios. There's, people argue about that all the time on the message boards. Some like the Paper Marios better, some like Super Mario RPG better. Let's see, Illusion of Gaia. I got it in a trade because I heard it was good. I wanted to get into some of these RPGs. Still haven't really played it yet. The next one I want to get is Secret of Mana. The gameplay on that looks great. Looks like my type of game, maybe. If I was to get into an RPG, that looks like the one I want to get into. But it costs too much darn money, and I don't want to pay that. Ken Griffey Jr. Major League Baseball. Great game. I like good baseball games that are not too realistic. Kind of fun, and that's a great fun one. As well as this one, Super Baseball 2020. It's better on the Genesis, but it's still a great game. Super Empire Strikes Back. I would like to get the other two eventually, but I'm not in a big hurry. I hear they're hard to play, and I'm not good at hard games anyway. I really suck at games that are difficult. Stop for a second. That's like Super Mario 64. I suck at it. I mean, I did okay during the easy levels. As soon as the game gets a little difficult, forget it. And that goes for most platformers. When a game gets too difficult, when a game depends on jumping perfectly on a ledge and not falling off ledges and stuff like that, I suck. Super Castlevania 4. Now, I like to own all the Castlevania games, old school Castlevania games, but I'm not good at them. I like Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1. I'm really getting into Aria of Sorrow for the Game Boy Advance, and both of those I love to death. But for some reason, I'm not loving the old school ones yet. I mean, I gotta play them some more. Maybe I need to appreciate them. Maybe I'm spoiled with the newer ones. Maybe I should have played the older ones first. I guess that's what happens. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. It's a good game, but I've not really played it much. I've only started off in the game, haven't really got far at all. And I bought too many games all at once, and I was going to get into it, but then I got a bunch of other games I wanted to play first, and so it's sat to the side. Here is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's Twisted Tales of Spike McFame. A very underrated game. Very underrated. It's in the style of Zelda, where it's kind of RPG-ish, but it's also like an action RPG, kind of like the Zelda games are. And this is a very underrated game. It's not a long game at all, but I loved it, and I had fun with it. I got it as a recommendation on a website, and I haven't been disappointed. Super Mario World. It's a good Mario game, I guess, but I suck at it, and I never really have played it. But I don't want to sell it because of Super Mario World. If that makes any sense. Super Mario All-Stars. No explanation needed. You know it's Mario 1, 2, and 3 in the Lost levels. Good stuff. And finally, last but not least, Contra 3, The Alien Wars. I suck at Contra games, but I love Contra games at the same time because they're so badass. All the awesome weapons and stuff. So, I like to own all the old school Contra games, even if I suck at them, because they're just so awesome. And that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching. A late edition Donkey Kong 64. I forgot I was letting my roommate borrow it.